What's up, everybody? Welcome to another week of totally inappropriate team sports, or as we like to call it, tits. I've decided to alienate anybody who's listening and my co-host by having the camera set up to the side of me because I don't feel like holding the phone tonight and my thing is still broken. So I'm Cheeseman, joined along with, as always, by
Morphine?
The voice, I'm just playing Matty Icing.
yeah, the voice of a generation. Smark Wahlberg could not be here tonight because he is out of town. Don't know where, but whatever. Enjoy it, Smark. It's your birthday week, I guess it's acceptable. It's the week of birthdays here on Tits. We got Smarks on Thursday, Luke's on Friday, and Matty Icing's on Saturday. 75% of the show has a birthday this week.
In back-to-back days. Well, back-to-back.
It's the birthday week. So, how you guys doing?
And I feel a cold coming on, but outside of that, I'm not too bad.
I finally got blood back in my legs after last night.
Yeah, I dealt with the fucking being sick earlier this week. Still not like 100%, but better than I was. I had a fucking sore throat and 101-degree fever the other day, and I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. But doing fine now. So, how was that game on Saturday, Matt?
Saturday game? The Michigan game?
Yeah.
That's when I started to lose the blood in my legs. Start off with, oh god, Michigan fans are just they're magnificent creatures. The amount of deflecting, it went from our defense is so great, we're running it back to well, we lost some players on defense. That's why we're not doing so well. It's not us, it's everybody else.
The coaching staff is the same way, and they come out there after that game and say, well, we lost this one. This was on us. We just didn't perform right. Like, you guys got fucking destroyed. And you go, oh, no, this was on us. Like, no,
Yeah.
you got outplayed. You suck.
The quarterback said, yeah, it wasn't them beating us, it was us beating ourselves. No. Maybe in the fourth quarter it was you beating yourself because they had already left.
Yeah. It was us beating ourselves. And fucking Rihanna just fell down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Watching. I didn't even get to watch the game, but it was nice to hear Michigan getting the shit kicked out of them.
I watched, I laughed, I enjoyed it, and then to follow up the next game and watch Michigan State on a deep ball touchdown. Then they say Michigan State's 2-0, Michigan's 1-1.
Yeah.
Good question to North.
Let me see. I have to reach my. Hell no, I don't let him in.
Yes, I do, and then I hit myself with like a frying pan or something, so you hit me cashing in.
Right. So Luke shoots him and says, over here.
I got him for you.
Yeah, that was wild. Tyreek Hill getting cuffed and being put on the ground before the game. Curious to see that body cam footage.
It's out. I just watched it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so what happened is like they pulled him over and the cop went over, like knocked on the window, and Tyreek was mad at how the cop knocked on the window. He was like, don't you knock on my window like that again. And then like he has the dark tent because he's obviously trying to hide who he is. And he started to roll back up the window, and the cop's like, don't roll your window up because I can't see what you're doing in your car. And I mean, the cop was mad too. Like the cop had an attitude. But Tyreek, having that hubris was, oh, I'm going to roll up my window. And the cop's like, no, you're going to roll it back down. And then he rolled it up. So the cop hit the window again. And he rolled it back down to yell at the cop. And then they opened up the door and pulled him out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do.
I mean, the cop was hostile the whole time, so was Tyreek. Like, but I mean, you pretty much just got to sit there and roll your window down and not say anything, and he'd have been fine. But
Yeah, it's almost like you could just like try to be cooperative with the police, and they won't yank your ass out of the car and throw you on the ground.
and then like Calais Campbell pulled up and he got out his car and like, you can't park here, you gotta get in your car and move. He's like, oh no, and like, you gotta get in your car and you gotta move. So after the 7th time, he's like, nope, come on, you're getting arrested too. So and they're confused why they're getting handcuffed.
Well, you're fucking not going along with what the police say. I know. Cops think they're all powerful. They abuse their power, but like at the same time, if you just, try to reason with them and do it as they ask, you'll find things go a lot smoother typically.
Well, my favorite part is too is the cops like, sit down, and Tyreek's like, like not really trying to sit, but he's like slowly trying to sit. He's like, sit down. So then the cop grabs and starts pulling. He's like, I just had surgery on my knee. Be careful. It's like, you're about to go play a football game, dude. You can't sit down.
Be careful! Don't tackle me, bro. I'm about to go play a game where like you get tackled. Touchdown Jets. No, Rodgers did not throw it. It was a Brees Hall run. So Jets take the lead on San Francisco 6-3, pending the extra point, which is up in the air and good. Hooked a little bit there at the end. I was like, uh-oh. But yeah, Jets are up 7-3. No one cares. Aaron Rodgers is still alive. It's impressive.
He's already outthrown Caleb Williams.
Yep. Caleb Williams is him. So yeah, as Matt said earlier, Michigan State 2-0, Michigan 1-1. As much as I love it, by the end of the season, it won't be anywhere close. Michigan State won't have the record Michigan will have, but God, if they can just beat Michigan, the season's a win.
I don't know if Michigan plays the way they played. If Michigan State beats Michigan, there's a chance because USC looks really good. Oregon, we don't know about that. That's a question mark. Michigan has to travel. Their first away game is to Washington, and if it's a night game, that's going to be hard. On the road, traveling out west at night, playing a game.
When you don't have a quarterback?
And you don't know the other team's plays? Like, I mean, it's going to be tough for them. And then they have to play Ohio State. I mean, that could be 5 more losses right there.
Yeah. And Aiden Childs looked really good this week, too. So Michigan State might have a quarterback. Who knows?
They have a wide receiver, that's for sure.
Yes. He had almost 200 yards. 8 receptions, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah. It's something to look forward to.
How did Wisconsin do, Luke?
I know it was a win to move to 2-0. I don't remember the exact score because I'm not gonna lie. I was paying back a state debt.
Okay.
Paying back a state debt. Beat South Dakota 27-13.
All right. And then I just also had to give a shout out to a fellow MAC school, NIU. Good job. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Get out the skull and crossbones.
Yep. Fucking Notre Dame takes a fall. Couldn't believe that.
Not just any Notre Dame. Number 5 ranked Notre Dame takes a fall down the stairs.
Yeah. NIU's first win over a top 10 ranked school.
I think it may be a top 20, like even a ranked school.
Oh. So I thought I'd seen something about it being the first one over a top 10.
It might be top 10.
I know the coach was crying. He was so happy. Penn State didn't look good. They won the game, but Ball State was hanging in with them the entire time. Or not Ball State. Bowling Green. I think it was Bowling Green. Yeah.
Yeah. Those MAC schools, you got to watch out for them.
Week in college football was a fucking weird week. A lot of incompetence. But before we move into the NFL, real quick, with our NCAA teams that we got through our helmet draft, currently Luke has 5 points, Matt has 5 points, Smark has 5 points, and I got 7 points. Ha! I'm winning something. That's going to change once we flip over to the NFL, though. Don't worry. Matter of fact, let's just fucking jump into it. First game we had on Thursday, we had Baltimore taking on Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 3. I went alone with Baltimore, and I was super stoked until I found out there was a toe on the line.
To be funny, he had size 13s, not size 12s.
Yeah. Baltimore loses thanks to a toe. A crushing defeat. Kansas City opens up their season with a win, unlike last year when the Lions spoiled their ceremony. I was really hoping it would happen again, because fuck Kansas City.
Like
anytime Travis Kelce did anything, it's like, oh, look, there's Taylor Swift. Fuck. A whole season of this shit again?
Well, yeah, they kind of showed it at the beginning of the year when they first released the welcome back video. It was 26 seconds long with 5 shots of Taylor Swift. It's kind of the foreshadowing right there.
True. She's ruining the game and she doesn't even play it.
You love to see the Patrick Mahomes record starting off the season. He's now 4-1, and the 1 loss is to the Lions, and he's only thrown 1 interception, and it was a pick 6 to Brian Branch. God, just love it.
Next game, we had to travel down to Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's a bit of a sore subject for Luke. We had Green Bay taking on Philadelphia. Philadelphia favored by 2.5. Boy, what a great decision this was. You can't wear green in that city because there's a gang around there that will fucking shoot you for wearing green. So what does the NFL do? They send 2 teams down there with green jerseys. Green Bay's hotel was 2 hours away from the stadium, for fuck's sakes. Who put this shit together? Goodell should have to start going down there and doing all the shit with them. You want to send everybody across the fucking world and all, everywhere else, you need to fucking be out there too. And if wearing green gets you shot, you send 2 fucking green uniformed teams down there, you should be out there wearing a green t-shirt. They had to be fucking escorted to the stadiums. But anyway, Philadelphia covers the 2.5. Green Bay made it real close there at the end. And unfortunately for Luke and every other Green Bay Packers fan, Jordan Love sprains his MCL with 6 seconds left in the game and will now be out for, 5 weeks?
I heard it's 3 to 6, but likely on the lower end of that.
Oh, okay.
Or probably the end of this month, start of next.
Don't worry, Kirby Joseph will finish it off.
And Kirby Joseph did get a pick off yesterday. That was nice.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, well, in a while. That'll close out the week. We're only at Friday, so let's move into Sunday's games. The last game, me and Matt had Philadelphia, so me and Matt get the win. Next game, we had Pittsburgh taking on Atlanta. Atlanta favored by 3. I had Atlanta winning the fucking NFC South with no problem at all. These motherfuckers couldn't even beat Pittsburgh. What the fuck was that? Luke went alone with Pittsburgh. Luke gets the win alone.
Good job, Luke.
Oh, how do you figure that one out? I thought Pittsburgh was going to be trash this year. I like that Fields was already in there, though. I thought they were going to be starting Russell Wilson.
Pittsburgh are going to be trash, but so are the Falcons.
Yeah, even more so, I guess. I can't believe the Falcons couldn't get shit going on in the offense. Not that Kirk Cousins is anything spectacular, but during the regular season, he's a serviceable quarterback. They got a big fucking good tight end and Bijan in the backfield and couldn't fucking get shit done.
Well, also top 10 pick in Drake London at receiver.
Oh, yeah. See, I completely forgot about Drake London. What the fuck?
Drake London basically fucking killed my fantasy team this week. Well, that and leaving Jalen Reed on the bench.
Oh, yeah. You shouldn't have left Jalen Reed on the bench.
This week was a crazy week. See, this one showed like players that got less than like 5 points, and it was Drake London, St. Brown. There was like a couple other like big name players who just were not there today.
I don't know who 72 is for the Jets, but he just ran off the field holding his dick. That's what it looked like. So, oh, my nuts. Oh, God damn it. I ripped my dick off. Ah.
He grabbed and twisted.
Oh, yeah. Grab his dick and twist it. All right, so yeah, as I mentioned, Luke goes along with the win on that one. Next game, we had Arizona taking on Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 6. Me and Luke took Buffalo. Smark and Matt take Arizona. Arizona led most of this game. This was an ugly game for Buffalo. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, damn it, maybe I should have picked Arizona because I was like kind of on the fence about it. But in the end, it didn't matter because Buffalo won by 6, which was the spread. So this game was a wash. No points for anybody. Shitty game. No points. Buffalo picks up the win. At least Luke's got that to be happy about.
A win's a win.
Next, Tennessee taking on Chicago. Chicago favored by 4.5. Another lackluster game. Chicago was losing most of it. Managed to come back in the end. Thanks to special teams and defense. Their fucking quarterback sucks. Didn't even complete 50% of his passes. But, he's their savior. He got the game ball, even though he clearly played like trash.
Complete less than 50% of your passes, pass for less than 100 yards, fail to score a touchdown, get the game ball. Hey, this NFL thing might be pretty fucking easy.
Did you see though how nice that game ball looked in his finger nails?
No, I didn't actually.
His bright orange nails made the ball pop a little more.
See, back in the day, you could just call you a fag and kick you out of the league for that shit. Now we gotta be all acceptable. Tolerant. Anyway, Chicago manages to cover the spread. Luke went along with Tennessee, so Luke does not get a point in this game.
All because Will Levis decided to close his eyes and just chuck the ball up in the air. That was like one of the worst interceptions ever. I'm not going to take a sack when I can throw a pick 6.
Yep. Had some mayo in his eyes.
It's poor. That was piss fucking poor.
Someone sprayed some of his mayonnaise smelling cologne in his eyes and couldn't see. Speaking of no points, New England taking on Cincinnati. Cincinnati favored by 8.5. What the actual fuck was that? I questioned whether or not New England would get a win the entire season, and they beat Cincinnati in week 1. What the fuck, Joe Burrow? Does he always have his hair dyed that blonde, or is that have I just not noticed?
That's the brightest he's had it.
Well, maybe he should take it down a shade or two and remember how to play football. Maybe that bleach soaked into his brain. I don't fucking know. That was atrocious. But T. Higgins was hurt. So fucking what? You played against the New England Patriots. But Jamar Chase is under contract, or still disputing his contract. So that means he can't play. This means he's worth less money now. That's what you came to the field with in week 1? I'm not fucking paying you.
I could fucking pick a team from this call right now to give the Patriots a good game.
It was fucking terrible. I could not believe that. I thought Cincinnati was going to be really good this year. And yeah, I guess they don't show up in week 1 often. That's like a kind of a running theme with them. But still, the fucking Patriots? So we all took Cincinnati, needless to say. None of us are getting the point on that one. Fucking Dirk. I blame you. Houston giving up 2.5 as they travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. This was a close fucking game. They went back and forth all game.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really should have took Indianapolis, like Luke, who went alone with Indianapolis. And then Houston managed to win. I'm like, oh, I'll be damned. They actually pulled it off. But they didn't cover the 2.5, so Luke gets the point by himself again.
I was so close to getting this spot on. I believe I said last week that this has 1 point game written all over it.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. And instead, it was a 2-point game.
2.
Either way, you still pick up the point by yourself. So well done. Good job on you. Speaking of lackluster, Jacksonville and Miami. Miami favored by 3. What the fuck? I thought Jacksonville wouldn't be shit. I mean, no, that didn't think they were going to be as bad as New England or anything like that. I just don't think they're going to be contending for a wild card or anything like that either this year. And while I did think Miami would take a step back, I didn't think it would be like this. It was another just not good game on both sides of the ball. Miami did pull off the win, and they won by 3, which is what the spread was. So we have our second wash of the week. No points for anybody. How come if it's an even spread, nobody can cover? Damn you, Vegas. Why you gotta be dead on? So yeah, boring game. No points for anybody. No return. Next game. Carolina taking on New Orleans. New Orleans favored by 4. I don't know what most of us were thinking taking Carolina, but Matt went along with New Orleans. Good on Matt.
It was a pretty close game.
Oh yeah, very close.
Like
the largest win margin of the fucking week.
The first 3 minutes. I mean, it was a nail biter.
Yeah. First 3 minutes. After that, it was all New Orleans. New Orleans fucking destroyed them.
How the hell does it look like Bryce Young has regressed from last year?
Yeah. How'd he get worse?
How is that even possible?
I don't know. Carolina's gonna be bad for a long time because they still don't have a quarterback, and they won't have one anytime soon either. Oh wow! Look, a kick that landed in the landing zone, being returned by the Jets. Oh, and he got to like the 29, so it almost didn't matter.
I hope they do away with this. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to be old man yelling at clouds, but I hate this new kickoff return.
But we gotta, it's for the players' health and safety. We don't want them getting hurt.
Let's throw in another game.
Yeah, I was just saying, let's add another game to the season, though. Let's make them travel across the world.
Next, we're going to play a game in Africa.
All right. With actual lions on the field. Put some fucking ostriches out there, maybe a rhino and an elephant. Oh, Rodgers throwing long, very long, like 20 yards over his receiver's head long.
You fucking suck.
He forgot how strong that Achilles is.
Jesus Christ. It wasn't even close. Watching the replay right now to see if it was nope. Wasn't a route mistake. It was just him airballing or throwing the fuck out of the ball, I guess. I don't know.
Surprised they didn't yell defensive pass interference on that.
He threw it to the 20 where the route stopped on the 40. Fucking hell, dude.
I mean, even if he was supposed to be running a straight route from there, he would have never caught up to that ball.
I'm pretty sure Joe Buck thought they was sucking that dick. When you've been out the game as long as Rodgers has been, no, that's not an excuse. Yeah,
probably. I can only imagine. I could not fucking stand Chris Collinsworth last night. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's see. So, yeah, Matt picks up the point alone with New Orleans. Next game, Minnesota giving up 1 against the Giants. Me and Matt went with the Giants. Who that was a mistake. The Giants are fucking trash. Holy shit. That team is bad.
And I think after this year, Germany will finally pay off their debt for World War II, considering the game in Germany is the Giants and Panthers.
Germany is the new London. Yeah, the Giants are fuck, they might be worse than New England. They might be the worst team in the fucking league this year.
You forgot about the Panthers.
Honestly, I think whoever loses that Germany game will get the number 1 overall pick at this point.
Most likely.
That's ridiculous because the Giants are all set up like all their receivers are like downfield receivers. They're long, they're deep threats, and then you got a quarterback in Daniel Jones who cannot throw the ball down the field. They didn't throw the ball more than 20 yards once the entire fucking game. And it's like all your receivers are deep threats.
Ned, nice contract you gave him there, Jersey.
Yeah. Oops. Danny Dimes. So, yeah, me and Matt did not get the point. Luke and Smart picked up the point with Minnesota because New York's really bad, and suddenly Sam Darnold figured out how to win a game in New York, New Jersey, whatever.
Yeah, it's as said. I'm guessing that's you, Dirk. It's either them or the Giants at this point.
Oh, Cincinnati looks pretty bad too.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite put them on that level just yet.
And next game, we had the Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers favored by 3.5. It hurt me deeply to pick the Chargers with Harbaugh as their coach, but at least it paid off for me. Vegas, also not a good team. They've showed that. Thought they would be decent. Didn't show it on the field. Obviously, the Chargers covered the 3.5. Me and Smart get the point. Luke and Matt do not.
I'm still saying Chargers had the place. I know it. Where was Connor? I need to know.
He's in Detroit. He's coaching at Mumford High School.
Doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, their coach had a stroke or some shit, so now he's a coach up there.
He just happened to have a stroke.
Yeah.
It's okay. He only lost, I think, 60-0.
Jesus Christ, I didn't see any results about it.
I think it was that, and then he yelled at the ref because he thought it was 3rd down when it was 4th down.
That happened in the NFL game yesterday, too. I don't remember which one now, but they had like 4th down marked on the markers, but it was actually 1st down. So like the team made the stop and celebrated, and they're like, "Oh, just kidding! It was 1st down, not 4th down." Wow, the NFL is awesome. Illegal formation. Fucking refs. Next, we had Denver taking on Seattle. Seattle favored by 5.5. I wrote down the wrong team because I had all of us taking Seattle, and I'm like, fuck yeah, we all got the win. And I'm like, wait a second. I took Denver because of the Devil's number, and then like I remember seeing the fucking Denver drop played 4 times. I wrote down the wrong team. We didn't all get a point. We all got nothing. Damn it.
No, I definitely said K9 all the day. That's
yeah,
right, yeah.
I'm sure. We thought we were getting Bo Nix, but we got Bo Picks instead. So Denver's bad again.
Denver scored 20 points. Do you know how they scored all 20?
Defense?
Kind of. There's one offensive touchdown, 2 field goals, and 2 safeties.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the safeties.
First time, I think, since 2017, a team has got 2 safeties in the same game.
To be honest, I'm surprised it was that recent.
How do you get 2 safeties and still lose the game?
It's Denver.
That's Sean Payton.
Don't underestimate him.
It's almost like they just haven't learned, Oh, let's go get Russ. Oh, let's go get Sean Payton.
Let's pay him way too much money.
I heard Bob Quinn's a great GM. They should go get him.
What's Matt Patricia up to?
Let's build a super team for the league for the year 2017.
Next, Dallas taking on Cleveland. Cleveland favored by 2.5.
Speaking of bad contracts.
Yes. Dallas paid Dak for some reason. Just like Cleveland paid fucking Deshaun Watson for some reason. Deshaun looked fucking horrible. Cleveland didn't look good.
Moving pretty quick there. Why don't you have a seat right over there? Okay. At the stool.
Yeah, Deshaun, why don't you have a seat right over there? Why don't you have a seat right over there on the bench? Bring in
Famous James.
it's the old fucking crab legs himself. You almost had to bring in Jameson. Or Jameis Winston, not Jameson. But yeah, Cleveland looked shit. Dallas won pretty handily. Luke picks up the win on his own again.
At this point, True North, that's the only thing that could save him.
I missed it. Yes, he needs a massage. He's a little tense. He just needs to be loosened up a bit. So yeah, that was the last time Luke went alone. So out of going alone 4 times, it paid off for him 3 times. Tennessee's the only one that fucked him over. But Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, and Dallas all came through for him. Good week for Luke, son of a bitch. Next, Washington taking on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay favored by 3.5. Smart went along with Washington. He's not here because he's a loser. Washington was bad. Tampa Bay had little to no trouble beating them. Baker Mayfield looked good. Fucking hate Baker. That's why it hurt me to take Tampa Bay, but I took him. So did Matt. So did Luke. We get the point.
I won't take him again, though. Not this week.
Yeah, I forget. No, they're playing the Lions. Of course not. Yeah, speaking of the Lions, last game of the week, Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. Lions favored by 3.5. I went alone with the Rams. Rams come back late. Go ahead by 4. I'm like, if the Lions can just score a touchdown here at the end, win the game by 3, we get the win. I can get the point. No. We had to kick a field goal, which I was like disappointed because Dan Campbell doesn't kick field goals, but at least Jake Bates can make them when he calls on them, I guess. Game went to overtime. Detroit just marched it.
It's almost like he learned his fucking lesson from the NFC Championship game.
I mean, at least he learned. He showed that he can learn, which is more than I thought he could do.
Stafford didn't learn, we'll tell you that.
I'm sure Kelly Stafford was fucking complaining today. Did you hear that crowd? Matt threw a pick to Kirby Joseph, and the crowd was cheering. They want to see Matt fail. It's a toxic city, Detroit. Like, well, yeah, they want to win the fucking game, Kelly.
I'll have to go find the video. Somebody asked Stafford, so with the boos and the Jared Goff chants, how do you feel? I'm over it. He sounded like a broken man. Like the girl that he dated left him and is banging like a superstar billionaire. You're just like, yep, I see it every day on the news.
I mean, I've never been a Matt Stafford fan, but like his wife makes me hate him. She puts it over that fucking that mark.
She said she wasn't going to the game. Then she said she was going to go to the game. She never stepped foot out that tunnel.
In all seriousness, though, if Detroit find a way to win a ring with Goff, be it this year or in the future, will that then go down as the most even trade in the history of the league?
Nope, because if Goff wins a Super Bowl for Detroit, that means Detroit definitely won the trade. Because Detroit got the Super Bowl.
And we also got all those draft picks, too. So,
nope, just the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is all that matters.
Right.
LA bought a Super Bowl. Detroit actually won a Super Bowl.
I mean, for us here in Detroit, yes, that definitely means we won the trade. But like even for everybody else outside of Detroit, we won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl, but we got all those picks, so clearly we came out on top. No, touchdown San Francisco.
I mean, if we win the Super Bowl, that means we went further. Like we've done more because they went to a Super Bowl. That's it. Lions would already been to an NFC Championship game. So if they go to the Super Bowl this year, that means they went further.
I mean, hell, being a Lions fan all my life, I hate to like set a low bar, but just to see them in a Super Bowl would be fucking amazing.
All the jokes that could finally stop. Oh.
They don't even gotta win this shit. Just get there.
Who was the corner that let the ball bounce off his face in the NFC Championship game and prevented that from happening last year? Is he still on the team?
We're not going to talk about that, Luke. We're not going to talk about that.
I'll take that as a yes.
I'm pretty sure it was Vildor, and he is on the team still. Given he is very young, so maybe that was just... He's like 8th string, but... Yeah.
If he would have just knocked that ball down, who knows what would have happened last year. No, I had to bounce off the face mask. God damn it.
If he just knocks that ball down, I don't think there's much of a question what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. San Francisco could have still came out and hit a touchdown the very next, or threw for a touchdown the very next play. It's unlikely, but you never know.
I mean, the thing I'm taking out of it is that team was full of like second-year players who've never played in playoffs, and they went all the way to the championship game. Now they got some experience where they went up against a team that's been to the championship game like 3 out of the last 5 years. So to have it that close, I mean, it's learning.
Yeah, we don't have experience in the fucking secondary still, though. Like a little bit, but they're still really young back there, so that's what scares me.
Arnold's really the old, being the rookie, but Carlton Davis, he's a veteran.
Yeah.
He might not be able to catch
He took himself out. He might not be able to catch his breath either. Took himself out of the game, missing an interception. He landed on his chest and knocked the wind out of himself.
I don't think that was full yet because I watched that ball and I think it went right between his arms and he was sitting down and it didn't hit the ground. It landed between them thighs. I think that's what it was, and he was like hurting.
Well, wear a cup, idiot.
I don't understand why these guys don't.
Yeah, if you go out there without a cup and you get hit in the fucking balls, you're dumb.
I think one of the
hopefully now you can't reproduce.
One of the best things about that game is beforehand from last year, they kept calling Kirby Joseph dirty because of his hit on Higbee. And Stafford got in his face and called him dirty. Well, then before the game, Stafford was talking and said that wasn't a football play, kind of going and saying that Kirby's dirty. And then right there at the halftime, Stafford throws and who picks it off? It's Kirby.
Yep.
You just love to see it.
Suck it, bitch.
Speaking of picks, one little stat at the bottom of the screen for you guys.
Yep, I saw that stat.
Go Danny Dimes. Okay, now it's touchdown San Francisco. I said that earlier, but it actually got called back because of a holding penalty. So now San Francisco, Deebo Samuel gets into the end zone on a run.
And then shoots everybody.
Fuck Deebo. Fuck the 49ers. Bitches.
Oh, he almost fumbled it too.
Damn near did. Oh, yeah. Fucking Chris Collinsworth last night. I know Matt was there at the game, so he wasn't watching it, but holy shit. It was so hard to understand him with all that Matthew Stafford penis in his mouth. Just breathe through your nose, Chris. Breathe through your nose.
Relax your throat.
And then they were talking about the 64-yarder that Jake Bates had hit, playing for the Michigan Panthers. And I can't remember who the hell was calling the game with Collinsworth. But he's like, yeah, here's that. You want to see that kick? And Collinsworth straight up, no, not really. He's like, oh, well, here it is anyway. Like, fuck you, Chris Collinsworth. Fuck you right in your face. I fucking hate you. Why are you still doing big games? Why the fuck do I have to hear you call Lions games? You pissed me off last season. You pissed me off this season. You fucking suck. Cannot fucking stand that guy. He was fucking all about some Matt Stafford. Look at this guy. Look at that no look pass. Like, yeah, and he almost missed the guy, and there were no defenders within fucking like 10 yards of him. So because he did the no-look pass, he had to kind of lay out to catch it, and therefore couldn't get up and run because he had to fall down to catch it. Maybe if Stafford would have just looked where he was throwing instead of trying to like showboat some shit, they had actually picked up some more yards off that. But hey, suck his dick for it, right?
You realize that you were full screen for that entire rant.
Cool. Like I said, I'm not even looking over hardly, so I don't know what's going on next to me. You could be full screen giving me the finger, and I wouldn't even know.
He just wants to conveniently go out too. Like Matthew Stafford's average air yards last night had to be like 5 yards.
Yep.
He wasn't.
But Stafford's amazing.
He threw like, I think, one deep ball, and they had to hurry up and run it back because they weren't sure if they caught it in bounds or not.
Yeah. He did manage to keep it inbounds, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I know. They rushed the fuck out of it.
But, I mean, also, so you take away those 2 pass interference in the end zones, and what's Stafford really doing?
Yeah.
One of those pass interference is ridiculous, too. He smacked the guy's hand, so I see way more that it doesn't get called every game.
Yeah, the fucking refs are inconsistent. Except for that fucking illegal formation. That shit gets called.
Well, like in the game, too, Stafford got hit below the legs as he threw the ball, and it was a rough in the pasture. Same thing happened to Goff maybe next quarter, and they were just like, it's a football play.
So yeah, that was all the games for last week, and I'm sure most of you have already figured it out by now. Just judging off the I went alone 4 times. I got 3 of them right. Your winner this week at 7-5, Luke Birch. Matty Icing 1 game behind him, 6-6. Mark Wahlberg 5-7, and myself bringing up the rear at 4-8. I already don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, we'll see y'all when the NHL starts back up, and then I can be dejected about that because I came in last. Team-wise, I have 1 point. Yay. That puts me in last. Smark, 2 points. Matt, 2 points. Luke, 4 points. Luke's winning all around in the NFL. At least I got college, I guess. I flip it back real quick. Luke's points came with Buffalo, Houston, Tampa Bay, and Seattle. So all of Luke's teams hit because we all only have 4 teams apiece. I got my lone point from Kansas City. Matt got his 2 points from Detroit and Philadelphia. And Smart got his 2 points from Dallas and Chicago. What the fuck? At least that one paid off for him for a week. But let's get into this week. And we'll remind everybody, this is Monday. These games are 6 days away. 2 of these teams are playing right now, so these spreads will change, but we're going based off of what they were this morning. First game, we got the 1-0 Buffalo Bills taking on the 1-0 Miami Dolphins in Miami. Dolphins favored by 1.5. I suck, so I'll go first. Buffalo looked weak. Miami looked weak. It's in Miami, but I don't care. I'm going with Buffalo. Goodbye, horses. Matty Icing.
Well, I need to know, like, is Tyreek going to get arrested? Is somebody else going to get arrested? Like, what we got going on here? But with that, I think he's still mad. Go ahead, give him Miami.
You gotta give him that hawk to and spit on that thing. You get me?
Yeah. Tua was a hawk Tua yesterday. All right. Luke Birch.
The game being in Miami in September definitely concerns me, but the fact it's a night game, the temperature should have fallen by then, so...
All right. Smark will get me his picks later this week, but I don't have them in front of me for now, unfortunately.
So, Luke.
A little extra something for this week. Picking one offensive player and got to decide over or under 0.5 touchdowns for them. This week, for this game, that player is going to be Jalen Waddle.
It's a good one, actually. Tyreek's going to be distracted all week, being wrapped up in this whole I got fucking arrested and taken down to the ground shit. So will Jalen Waddle come out to shine? Fuck it. I'll go over.
Yeah. Also, Luke, just so you know, in Florida, it never cools down.
Yeah. So just because it's nighttime doesn't mean it'll be that much cooler.
Humidity's still at 95%.
Give me hope. Let me have hope.
Now, here in Michigan next week, it's going to be fucking 87 one day, but then by the night, it's going to drop down to 52.
I will take the over.
We all took the over.
So you could have pulled on those Michigan State, things and chose Keon Coleman. Make it a little more interesting.
Maybe he'll throw Jalen Reed in there for the Packers one.
Naylor for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now, am I supposed to be writing this down with the whole Waddle over-under thing?
You can. I could go back and grab it later on in the week. It's entirely up to you.
It don't matter. I'm not going to bother to write it down right now because I want to keep it separate. All right, next game. We got the currently playing San Francisco 49ers giving up 5.5 to the 1-0 Minnesota Vikings. Wish I knew if McCaffrey was going to be healthy or not. This is tough. Just it's the devil's number. So, I don't want to take San Francisco, but I don't want to take Minnesota either. I'm not going to rely on Sam Darnold to play well 2 weeks in a row. Give me the 49ers.
One of the fag capitals of the world.
Indeed, especially with Brock Purdy back there, quarterback. Matty Icing.
Where's it at again?
It's in Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Minnesota, eh?
Oh, yeah, this is a hard one. 5.5. Minnesota tends to, go good against, a team like the Chiefs or like the 49ers, beat them, but then lose. But you know what? We'll say they feel themselves after beating the Giants, so they think they can actually win games, and then San Francisco smacks them back to reality. Give me San Francisco.
One of the fag capitals of the world.
Like we're putting this headset back on. Look, Birch.
And this week, with this game, we will have our first unanimous pick.
Dracula in San Francisco.
Test came back positive.
And the over-under 0.5 on this game is going to be Brandon Ayuk after his contract drama in the off-season.
Going under.
I'm going to take the under.
Minnesota's secondary sucks, so give me the over.
All right. That brings us up to the other team that's playing right now, the New York Jets, giving up 4 as they travel to Tennessee to take on the 0-1 Titans. Titans should have won, but they shouldn't win this game. I'll take the Jets.
You fucking suck!
I love that we get to use that one this week. Matty Icing.
Normally, I'd be like, oh, yeah, they're begging you to take the Jets, but because the Jets are still playing, they haven't adjusted yet. After watching Will Levis just fling a ball up in the air, give me the Jets by more than 4.
You fucking suck!
Luke Birch.
Well, going alone worked for me 3 out of 4 times last week. The only time it didn't was with the Titans. So giving them a chance to redeem themselves.
Get your tits out. Get your tits out.
Get your tits out. If you're listening to us, just get your tits.
And we're going to be going with Titans running back Tony Pollard, for which I'll be taking the over.
Yeah, I'll go with the over, considering what I've seen the Jets defense doing against the running game so far this game.
And I'll take the under.
All right. Next game, 1-0, New Orleans Saints traveling to Dallas to take on the 1-0 Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 6.5. Man, I feel like Dallas is still just overrated. New Orleans looked really good last week, but I guess they do that in the first week. Alvin Kamara seemed like he was, the Alvin Kamara of old. Fuck it. I'm going to take them to hang in there and cover that 6.5 at least. They may not win, but they keep it close. Give me New Orleans.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Matty Icing.
I will unfortunately take the overpaid quarterback and go with the Cowboys.
Yay! I'm finally in Dallas.
Moo.
Oh, I wonder how much it is to get back.
While I think Dallas gets the win, that spread is far too much for me to be comfortable not going New Orleans.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
All right.
And going to Dallas for the over-under, we got guest center, Ezekiel Elliott.
I'll take the under.
I'll take Hurt. Go with the under.
Make that unanimous with the under.
All right. Next, 0-1 Cleveland Browns taking on the 0-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars favored by 3 in this. I want to lean towards Jacksonville, but if Cleveland actually sits Deshaun Watson, then I feel like they should actually win this game. Will they sit him in week 2, though? That's the fucking question. I'm going to say they won't. They're stubborn and dumb. Give me Jacksonville.
Try to balance the bad with the good. You may not know it, but Limp Bizkit formed in Jacksonville. Oh, wait, that's probably not a positive thing.
Boo! Matty Icing.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting picking Cleveland to win the North or being good in the AFC North. So
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers are the only team in the North that got a win last week.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville.
Try to balance the bad with the good. You may not know it, but Limp Bizkit formed in Jacksonville. Oh, wait, that's probably not a positive thing.
And Luke Birch.
Make another one unanimous.
Try to balance the bad with the good. You may not know it, but Limp Bizkit formed in Jacksonville. Oh, wait, that's probably not a positive thing.
Definitely not.
And for the first time, we are going with a player who is not a starter, Jameis Winston. Over under 0.5 touchdowns.
So we're counting passing touchdowns then?
Yeah.
Or like he's got to actually run it into the end zone? Okay.
Passing counts.
Yeah, Cleveland would have to do real bad. I don't think they'll start him. They'd have to bring him in midway through the game. In which case, if they did, I feel like he would score, but I don't think they will. So I'm going to go the under.
Yeah, Jameis Winston's making like not even 10% of what Watson's making, so they can't justify not playing Watson. So I'll go under.
I'm actually going to stand alone here and take the over. Watson will be benched by midway through the third quarter.
We can hope. All right, next game. 1-0. Los Angeles Chargers giving up 5.5 as they travel to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Fucking A. It's the devil's number, but it's Carolina.
Jim Harbaugh.
But it's Jim Harbaugh.
Man against nature, doing battle with.
I love that we have that drop around for him. God damn it. It paid off for me last week. It hurt to pick him, but I got the win, so I guess I'm going to do the same. Give me the Chargers.
San Diego Superchargers, San Diego.
Fucking love that drop. At least I get to hear that for picking them. Matty icing.
All right, they're flying cross country. It's 5.5. Oh God. I guess I'll. I don't want to say it. I'll take the Panthers. I feel like that's how I'm going to feel too.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot justify taking the Panthers until they give me a reason to think otherwise. After what they did at the weekend, that was a fucking disgrace.
San Diego Superchargers, San Diego.
Chargers. All right. 0-1. Oh, sorry. We got to do the over-under.
I believe this will be the first rookie with Chargers wide receiver Lad McConkey.
Under, because Harbaugh doesn't like throwing the ball.
I'm actually going to go the over for this, considering he appears to be the only guy on the Chargers that knows how to actually catch the ball.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I think I read that Josh Palmer is one of the ones that threw a punch in the Raiders-Chargers brawl. So he's probably not playing, so give me Lad, because he's got to do something.
All right. I think there's somebody smoking weed out on the porch. Just sitting here like, I smell weed. It's not me. All right, next game. 0-1 Las Vegas Raiders taking on the 0-1 Baltimore Ravens. Ravens favored by 8.5. Son of a bitch. 8.5 is a lot. Baltimore did not play up to what I expected them to in the first week. But Vegas looked bad too. Who's Vegas got starting? Fucking Minshew Mania?
Yeah, Minshew.
Uncle Rico.
Baltimore wins this, but I don't know why. I'm going to take Las Vegas to cover.
There is a bookies I know that will take bets.
Good old Frankie Four Fingers. Matty icing.
8.5's a lot. But is Baltimore upset because they lost? Do they want to give it all they have? No, I'll take Vegas.
There is a bookies I know that will take bets.
All right, Luke Birch.
Yeah, I've got to agree with Jesus' sentiment. Baltimore wins, but Vegas covers.
There is a bookies I know that will take bets.
Oh, that makes 3 unanimous.
And we are going to go with the
Ravens wide receiver core.
maybe backup, maybe starting tight end. That tight end room in Baltimore is a bit weird to figure out. But the guy who couldn't keep his toe in, Isaiah Likely.
I think it's likely that he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I think he had his big coming out party, and everybody's excited, and then he's just gonna have a dud.
Ayuk had to make a bit of a diving attempt, but he still should have caught the ball. He did not catch the ball just now. That was a good signing.
I'm actually also going to. No, actually, I'm going to say he gets at least one. Give me the over on Isaiah Likely.
You guys remember like 2 months ago when the Lions had like the highest paid receiver and quarterback, and now they're not even close. I love Bengals.
Yeah, St. Brown underperformed a little bit, in my opinion, though.
I was
But
watching
it's
some of
fine.
the plays though. He took a lot of the attention away, which left JMO one-on-ones. Like he
Yeah.
had the touchdown play to JMO. Brown was running the same exact route, and the safety chose Brown over JMO. Didn't know what safety was thinking there, but chose Brown over JMO, which then led to that amazing touchdown.
Yeah, Jamo better play fucking big time this year.
Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to say, he has already produced 25% of his whole entire year last year in yardage in that one game.
Yeah, it was his first NFL game over 100 yards receiving.
Yeah, I think last year he had a little over 400, and he had 125.
Well, it's good. He's not betting in the locker room now.
Then again, in his career, how many games has he started and finished without getting hurt?
Since he's been in line, he's pretty much played every game that after his injury he got back, and then not counting suspensions. He's pretty much played all of them. He doesn't really get hurt.
Just doesn't make a big impact. So I'm saying he better fucking come through this year.
Well, like the first year he's recovering from ACL, so you can't count that. And last year the NFL, betting on a college basketball game in a hotel parking lot is way more severe than crashing into cars, injuring people. That's who cares about that? So they had to suspend him 4 games and throw everything off.
These things are not the same.
One affects the integrity of the game. The other, it's just our image.
Yep. Fuck it. They're going to make money either way. Who cares? All right, 1-0 Seattle Seahawks giving up 3 as they travel to New England to take on the 1-0 Patriots. I don't like Seattle, but I really don't like New England. They played against a flat, shitty fucking Cincinnati team that did not show up in the first week. I'm not willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're a good team this year. Give me Seattle.
What does the Hawk say?
All right. Matty icing.
Yeah, I think New England is going to be living high on that win. They think they're invincible, and then Seattle will put them back to reality.
What does the Hawk say?
And Luke Birch.
Yep, it's about fucking time the New England crashed back down to earth.
What does the Hawk say?
Curious to hear who it's going to be for this game.
We're going to probably go with one of the easier ones of the week and go with Kenneth Walker III.
Oh, I got to go with the over.
Well, he was injured. So hoping he plays. With that, I'll say over still.
Yeah, make that 3 for the over.
You just want to do DK Metcalf?
I got to go with K9. Best running back in Michigan State in years and years. All right, next game. Here we go. The 1-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 1-0 Detroit Lions. In Detroit, Lions favored by 6.5. I fucking hate Baker Mayfield. I'm going to go with Detroit just based on for that.
They're cool, True North. They're cool.
Aaron Jones is fairly porcelainish. Matty icing. I don't even have to ask really, but go ahead.
It's actually hard because I want to say Tampa on this point just because the Lions beat them in the playoffs last year. Tampa's got that chip on their shoulder. Tampa just won. But because of the way the Lions offense played and St. Brown didn't do anything, Laporte didn't do anything, Gibbs couldn't really get it. I think the Lions offense is going to be upset and they're going to want to make a statement, and I feel like Tampa Bay is going to be the ones that make a statement on, and they're going to win by like 13.
All right, Luke, finish us off.
What was the spread again?
Lions favored by 6.5.
Ooh. Yeah, I think Detroit get the win, but I can't justify not taking Tampa Bay with that sort of spread.
Playing the gay pirate, he's a gay pirate. Run a hole in the wall on my knees.
He just wanted to see that video. That's all it was.
Let's say I'm happy you picked him just so I could hear that drop.
And the over-under 0.5 touchdown for this game will be the Lions tight end, Brock Wright.
I thought you were going to go with Laporta. I was about to say over. I'll go under with Brock Wright. I think Sam Laporta is going to take over this game.
They used him last night, and he could have had the touchdown, but he T-Rex armed it and didn't even try to reach. So he got his one shot, so it'll be at least 3 or 4 more games before he gets another opportunity. So I'll go under.
I'll actually take the over just to be different on this one. I get different on both the pick and the player.
They try to use him as someone that people forget about. Like I said, every 4 games, and they're like, all right, they forgot about this guy. Pass it to him.
All right, next game. The 0-1 New York Giants taking on the 0-1 Washington Commanders. Commanders favored by 2.5. Both bad teams, both NFC East. But Washington's a little better, and they're at home. Give me the Commanders.
I am the Clit Commander.
Matty icing.
Look, I know the Giants had a rough game, but that was only week 1. There's a lot of time for turnaround, but unfortunately, it's not happening for that team. Give me Washington.
I am the Clit Commander.
Yeah, as said earlier, I think it's between the Giants and the Panthers for the worst team in the league. While I'm not taking the Panthers until they give me a reason to go otherwise, it's the exact same with the fucking Giants.
I am the Clit Commander.
And this week's over under 0.5 for this game will be who I feel is one of the most underrated receivers in the National Football League.
Jalen Hyatt.
No. Washington's Terry McLaurin.
That's what I was thinking. He was going Scary Terry on this. I'll go with the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over too.
Maybe he can just look bad, and then they'll trade him, and the Lions can go get him. So we could use receiver 3. Yeah, I'll take Scary Terry as well.
No surprise there. I think that one might have been the easiest pick of the week so far. All right, next we got the 0-1 Indianapolis Colts giving up 3.5 as they travel to Green Bay to take on the 0-1 Packers with no Jordan Love. Yeah, I got to go Indianapolis. They looked strong in the first week, even though they lost. It was the strongest losing team, I would say. And I just don't trust the Packers without Love.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
This is exactly what the Packers fans are saying while they had to start checks note Malik Willis. Don't worry. He only overthrows his receivers by like 15 yards. So, yeah, with that, give me the Colts.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
You kidding me?
Yeah. During the time Willis is starting, which I personally expect to be 3 games, I fully expect to go 1-2. This is very clearly one of the 2 losses.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
1-2. That's ballsy there, Luke.
I honestly feel good about the matchup of the century: Malik Willis versus Sam fucking Darnold. But speaking of Malik Willis, remember, passing or rushing counts. He will be the over 0.5 player for this week in this game.
Under.
It's actually a tough one. Like he could run it, or he could manage to get one random passing touchdown in there. A lot of shit can happen through the entire course of a game. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and go with the over.
Yeah, I think he'll probably run one in. So give me the over.
That requires moving the ball towards the end zone.
Yeah, that can happen through a fucking end around to Jalen Reed.
Reed will just finish it off.
All right. Next game, the 0-1 Los Angeles Rams giving up 1.5 as they travel to Arizona to take on the 0-1 Cardinals. This is fucking tough. 1.5 point road favorite. So, like, they got to win to cover, basically. Arizona did not look bad yesterday. Fuck. This is the toughest game of the week now. Fuck it. I picked them to give me wins, so I'm going to hope they win. Give me the Rams. That, and I just wanted to watch Stafford fall away from that poor reporter.
And he calls Lions players dirty. He even tried to help her.
He just said, "Oh no, toy." He was the monkey on the fucking Planet of the Apes. Oh no! Oh no! Maddie asking, who you taking?
The Rams just had their hearts snatched out. They're not ready for this. Give me the Cardinals.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Yeah, I'd almost be remiss in not giving the Cardinals credit for racing out into a lead against the upcoming Super Bowl champions, but still keeping it close at the close.
You got to
confuse. They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
You mixed up the Rams and Cardinals there, buddy. It's okay. But hey, you know, Kyler realizes that guy that they drafted in the first round, that receiver, that when he's standing when there's nobody by him and he's wide open, you can throw it to him. It's not a cheat.
And speaking of that receiver they took in the first round, the over under 0.5 on this game will be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Over.
Yeah, I think the coach is going to sit Kyler down like, look, this guy right here, you throw to him, okay? He's open. You throw to this guy. So give me the over.
I would take the over, but I saw that the Black Ops 6 beta came out the other day. So I'm actually going to take the under on this one.
So you just tell Kyler, like, pretend he's an enemy and hit him with a bullet.
Bullet pass.
All right. 3 games to go. We got the 0-1 0-1 Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Kansas City to take on the 1-0 Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 5.5. Cincinnati looked awful. but this is the Devils' number. I could see some weird shit happening where Cincinnati bounces back and has an amazing game. Maybe they don't win it, but I could take them to cover, I guess, for some fucking reason. God help me. Give me the Bengals.
Kitty goes meow. Kitty goes meow.
Kitty better fucking go meow this week. Matty icing.
Cincinnati's going to Burrowhead. And Chiefs, I forgot they called it. Give them the Chiefs.
I hit that Ginobili with my left hand, I'm like, woo! For all my babies that I miss.
I'm going to pick them all the time now.
I wish she would have gotten really hurt doing that.
Cincinnati did absolutely fuck all at the weekend. Still, this is technically a fairly even matchup. Two teams that are probably heading to the playoffs. I can't go against the Devils' number. Give me Cincinnati.
Kitty goes meow. Kitty goes meow.
You guys seem to forget the Devils dating the tight end for the Chiefs.
True.
You stupid bitch, you filthy slut!
Oh, I forgot about that. I looked the devil in the eye and spitting it 2 times tonight. I'm not doing it a 3rd time. So, yeah, that's why I'm taking Cincinnati. All right, who's the over-under on this one?
The over-under on this game will be the fast man himself, Mr. Rashid Rice.
Over.
Yeah, I'll go with the over.
I'm actually going to take the under on this one.
All right.
He has enough weight.
Could be. We got the 1-0 Pittsburgh Steelers giving up 2.5 as they travel to Denver to take on the 0-1 Broncos. If they're going to keep Fields and they're starting against Mr. Bo Picks, I'll take Pittsburgh.
Bradshaw's a dumbass and Big Ben likes rape. Fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Big Ben likes rape. Fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers. Matty icing.
The air is thinner up there, so the field goal ball should sail easier for Pittsburgh. But
Bradshaw
is going to win this one.
Oh.
Pardon?
Denver.
What was that? I
broke back Broncos.
Too soon.
Go America. Go America. Go Broncos. Yeah, go Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Luke.
As much as I want to go Pittsburgh because it's my favorite drop, I am going to have to go Denver. I feel that touchdown at the end of the game will be the spark that Bo Nix needed.
Go America. Go America. Go Broncos. Yeah, go Broncos. Yeah.
And the over-under on this game will be for Pittsburgh tight end Pat Freiermuth.
I'll go over.
I don't think Justin Fields likes tight ends, so I'll go under.
I'll take the under as well because Arthur Smith doesn't like tight ends. And the answer to that, True North, is yes.
It would seem so. All right, last game of the week. We got the 1-0 Chicago Bears. See, I wish Mark was here. It's the last game of the week, motherfucker. Traveling to Houston to take on the 1-0 Texans. Texans favored by 6.5. Well, Chicago did good enough to win last week, but the quarterback is still ass. Stroud and the Texans looking to pound Chicago into the dirt. Give me the Texans.
A bottle of Jack Daniels, please.
Here you go.
Thanks. What's this?
That's your gun. Buy some liquor, get a free gun.
Is that like a special you have on now or something?
Nope. Texas state law.
Matty Icing.
Since he's not here, I'll do it for him. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, that's how I felt after the first week. And for further review, turns out Chicago still sucks. Luke Birch.
Yep. I can't do it. I just can't.
A bottle of Jack Daniels, please.
Here you go.
Thanks. What's this?
That's your gun. Buy some liquor, get a free gun.
Is that like a special you have on now or something?
Nope. Texas state law.
Come on, Texans by 6.
And with everyone hyping up CJ Stroud and that new receiving room with Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, everyone seems to be underestimating what a good player Joe Mixon is for the Texans. So he will be this week's his final choice.
Man. Talk about missed opportunity. You really should have went with Caleb on this one. I wanted to go under on Caleb. All right. Joe Mixon, I'll go the over on it.
Yeah. Bears have a good secondary, but they allowed Pollard rushing and touchdowns, so Mixon can do the same.
And let's finish this off unanimous.
All right. All right. Well, that is it for week 2. I said Smark says he will have his picks over to me by Tuesday, which is tomorrow. We'll see if that actually happens. I haven't sent them to him, so I'm going to force him to listen to the show to figure it out. Evil. Well, Brandon Jennings just died. I mean, he's limping pretty good, but he didn't actually die.
That's a hip drop tackle. I thought those were flags now.
And fuck the NFL. Just put flags on him already and fucking get over with.
I'd almost argue he deserved it after what he did to his hair. The fuck was that?
He's a peacock, spread his wings.
He's a cock, all right. All right, well, I didn't come up with anything extra to do this week because I knew Smark wasn't going to be here. And Luke already kind of filled that in a bit anyway. And it's, almost 10 o'clock already. How the hell did we manage to pull off almost an hour and a half long show? A lot of recap, I guess. But I got nothing else for this week.
Say it louder for the people at the back, True North.
Nope. Yes. Stop fucking going outside of the country with the games.
Nope, we need Australia and the Outback. It's the next one.
Yeah. Let's have them go play in Perth. It's the fucking farthest goddamn spot away from us.
We're going to try the International Space Station.
Don't give them ideas.
Just don't fly them up there with SpaceX. Motherfuckers had like 2 rockets blow up this week. All right. If you guys don't got anything else, I don't have anything else. We can get the fuck out of here.
Alrighty.
Appreciate all you guys for tuning in live in the chat. Appreciate anybody listening to the playback on fucking YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Tell people about it. Share that shit. Push it off on the others. Make them be like, dude, what the fuck? Why would you send me this? And then laugh about it. And then tell us so we can laugh about it with you. Till then, we'll see y'all next week.
Tits.
Chinaman.